Everybody, welcome again to another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica. Welcome to my channel. Okay, so this is my pump in which I use to actually filter my Jack Dempsey's, right? My Jack Dempsey's pond. You have seen me showing you my Jack Dempsey's over the years and the months and probably previous weeks. This pump is what actually I use. And you might be wondering, why is it like that? Where is the cord? What happened? Okay, let me explain. Now, the impeller was giving me a problem. As you all know, I showed you a video on that recently, right? So it started to give me a problem again. So I took it out. I never remembered to actually place this section back into the water. Meanwhile, I look about the impeller, right? Now, when I came back, impeller was okay. And now, I fix it, patch it up together, ready to put it in. I realized that I don't know if you can see, but because this is an electrical magnet and it works off the impeller, the impeller is supposed to regulate the heat that's in here, So as a result of the impeller in there with the magnet power, the impeller actually spin. Now with no impeller in it and it's out of the water, electricity is still in it. So what happened is that the walls in which within the circle right here, the circle walls, it started to cave in. So it cave in and nearly touch, right? And you have to say nearly kiss, right? So trying to put in the impeller, I realized that, and practically this was actually finished, done, right? It can't be pressed in back. It's done. Yeah, the rubber actually forced out as a result of the heat, and it cannot be forced in, or else I might end up electrocuting myself. All right, so that's it. Now, so it's in the water still because the electrical circuitry in which it is on is a lot of wires. So I still place it in it with the intention that whenever I do get a new one, which is in course of next week, I would have actually just cut the wire and use that wire instead of to stretch all the way to add to the other circuitry. This morning I was actually feeding the fish and I realized that I felt electricity. I was checking all my pumps and then when I realized I pulled this out of the water, right? So I realized that this had a short also. So this is totally done, right? $10,000, or you call it about $80 US. Only lasts me probably about 6 months, 8 months, because I bought this one recently. The other one I had it for about 2 years. I don't know why, but this one just gave me a lot of problems, right? Points to note, I have learned my lesson regarding that. Regarding the placement of my power head in my pond, I have now adjusted how I do things. Instead of just placing the power head in the pond, because I do not allow my power head to sit at the base of the pond whenever I place them into a pond, right? I normally just have them hanging at probably about 4 or 5 inches from the surface, the surface of the pond, that is. And why? I mean the substrate, right? I allow them to sit about 4 or 5 inches above the substrate. Why? I do not want them to sit at the substrate level, because what happens is that it tends to clog a lot, and it regularly I would have to actually remove and clean. Now whenever the substrate needs cleaning, that's a different thing. What I'll do, I'll just release the water and I'll take my mesh and I'll take out whatever things need to be taken out of that. Okay, so in an effort so as to release the strain on the cord that is going within the pond itself, what I've done, I've actually tied the hose that is bringing the water all up to the filter box, which allows the pressure to be placed on the hose and not on the cord. Because what happens is that when I come, let's say I'm checking on my pump, I normally just pull on the cord to clean the pump or to check the pump to see if everything's okay. Now I would have to stop doing that, because what happens is that each time I pull here, it actually nudges the side of the pump, the cord, and after a while the cord gets short and the cord is damaged and it cannot be repaired. So I just tie it on to the hose itself, so the hose have the pressure, and when I get another piece of cord now and tie it to this section of the the pond siding, so as to ease a little bit more pressure off the electrical wire, and that will help me to preserve my pump for good amount of time. Where I got the pump from to actually just placing it as a substitute, I took out the pump from my convict cichlid pond. I placed plants in them, and because the convict cichlids are much smaller than the jack dempseys in which I have, so they should be able to manage for the next couple of days, about 4 or 5 days, before I actually purchase a new pump, so as to thank you very much for stopping by. This is a video that I never really planned to do, but since it happened, I just said that why not share all this with you. Thank you very much for stopping by. Have an awesome day. I'm doing some water change. Bye bye for now. Cool.